paliers. Chaud les Champs-Élysées, belle symphonie, je t'ai rencontré sans même y penser.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to Rendez-vous aux Champs-Élysées. Bienvenue à Rendez-vous aux Champs-Élysées. This segment today is about culture, life, dreams, or parents' expectations of us. Um, Coming to the United States, uh, our lives can change. Friendship. Uh, is it so? There's so much in that movie that we're gonna share together tonight. Life of Zoe. Zoe. I can never pronounce it, but I'm Life of a Zoe. I have to tell everyone this is such a fascinating movie. Uh, I and in that movie, I was able to actually capture all of a lot of things that coming from a Haitian family that we had they expected from us and or moral values. And also as a woman, there was a very interesting part. One of our actors, uh, the actors who play in that movie actually experience we as a woman when things get tough, uh, how do we view our men if the man is not financially stable? And you guys, we've covered many of these things in our previous segment: financial stability, the impact it has in a marriage. But tonight, without further ado, let me introduce um, Ashley Brenton and our director, Juan Lee. One
Florexile. We want Wanly Florexile. I know my name is
Only
very hard.
the internet name is one, and the actor name is Wanly
Florexile.
Florexile. Okay,
Florexile.
I want James. Ashley.
Yeah, you could
I
call me
got
James.
familiar with James because I kind of fell with for James. James was my man in the movie, so forgive me if I
He
call
he
address you by
he
James.
thought he thought I was joking when you said he's such a great guy,
Oh
actor.
my God,
I
I love
thought
James. James was wonderful. James made me cry.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Ashley, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, let's say hello to the audience.
Hello, hello, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. Hello, James.
So, yeah, I'm originally from New York. I was born and raised in New York. My parents are both originally from Haiti. Um, they came here to the United States, obviously, the same as every Haitian person for a better life, and to provide for their family and to try and progress and pretty much look for a better life, pretty much, for everyone, because at the time, things were, there was such turmoil at the time in Haiti, and there were a lot of people apparently leaving due to various reasons. So that's like the typical story, I guess, for most of us.
And I see that there was a part of the movie who actually covered that particular things you just say. Those two and a specific phrase. We'll come to that later. One,
yes.
hello
Hi.
again. Thank you for
Hi. Hi.
joining us
Hi.
again.
All right. My name is Wanly Florexile, and I am from Haiti, and I came here back in the day when I was 8 years old. So I'm from originally La Tibonite, and I always try to go back, but of course now we know our country is going through a lot of turmoil, gang activity, so kind of messes things up. So I'm here in the States and I'm just trying to do my best to tap into our Haitian audience, and thank God for you now. We getting to our Haitian side.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Mhm,
Um, okay, so the subject tonight, we're
mhm.
gonna kind of capture a little bit of the movies that actually we can relate to. Uh, James, Ashley, Ashley, you said something. The character James, while you were incarcerated with John, you said, uh, you said in Creole, I'm going to quote, but not maybe just something to that effect. C'est pas pour ça parents nous mettez nous ici. Nous venons ici. My mother always say those words. Uh, it's to change your life. Nous venons ici pour nous changer vie nous, pour une vie meilleure, ou faire parents honte parce que regardez quand on arrive et pas la parent they expect for you to end up. That wasn't the dream of your parents for you to end it up in jail. But before you elaborate on this for us, at the beginning of the movie, John, I promise you guys, I'm not going to spoil it for the people who have not yet seen it. And please do see it. It's really, don't worry, the Haitian people, don't worry about the first 5 minutes. Once you get into it, you're not only going to love it, you're going to get mad at the producer. Who that is.
Tell me, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What part start attracting you? Because you said you was watching, and then what part? Up to what part?
I kind of like at the beginning, up to the time, I wasn't really into the movie yet. Up to the part when
When
John
they were kids?
when John made that promise to James, when we grow up, we will never be broke. That was a promise.
Oh, okay, okay.
I,
When the dad didn't give
yeah, yeah,
Jean the
I was
money.
so mad. Yeah, that's why I wanted Bisha in. I was so mad that he
Mm.
said that. And James had that, that character of him. I love it. He was okay with it. He understands. Not really understand like you will expect. Maybe how old were you guys at the time? How old were James?
The characters,
The
they
characters.
I would say about 12.
Okay. What do we expect a 12 years old to understand? I mean, even the promise though was caught up caught my attention when John promised James. Jim was okay with the promise. I don't know if it's something James actually think about. John made that promise with all of himself. He really he meant it.
Mm.
James accepted it to make John feel better. That's how I feel. I didn't think that it's something that James thought John was going to deliver, or this is something that he actually put it in his mind that we will never be broke. You didn't have James. You didn't have that problem. Actually, I'm talking to the characters, not Ashley or one. James, you didn't have that problem, lunch problem when you were at home. I mean, like John had, right?
Well, I mean, in the film,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't. In the film, you would think that James didn't have that problem, but it's not like his parents were actually well off. It just shows, that just that one aspect of Jean's, father not giving him lunch money and stuff like that. But you know, James' parents, they were struggling as well. Your other guys are too. So
Do you
they.
guys were let everyone? I want everybody to understand that I'm talking to the characters, not actually Ashley and one. Today is like James and John. James, were you able to have breakfast in the morning?
I would say that Wanley would have to answer that because it's really a story that he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I would just be going off of how I interpret the movie, which is kind of how you interpreted the movie. So I think that as the writer, he would probably have to answer that for you to get like a more accurate answer.
Okay. One, it seems from my point of view, James, I didn't see any part in that part in that James was complaining about not having breakfast. Maybe it's because he's that type of kid. It's okay. I understand my parents that do not have the money to give me for lunch, but it's okay. If I have a sandwich, I do. If I don't, I don't. Um, John, you were maybe you understood that as well, but hoping grandpa would give you that lunch money. Did you, when you were writing the story, was James
Yeah.
off than you at home, you think? I mean,
Um. Well, in writing perspective, I
mhm,
think James was not that, like, his family was not that well off either. But
mhm.
I feel that my pop, like Jean father, he was just more into his
His woman
women,
is like living.
women and his lottery. So he couldn't care less what I'm up to. Did I eat? Did I not eat? He didn't give two crap. But with James in writing world of the universe of Life of a Zoe, James was not that well off, but he was not very, very poor either. But like you said, he was very honorable kid. He doesn't speak too much. And that's why Jean character kind of like manipulate to him a little bit
Mhm,
because the fact that he's so like shallow
mhm,
and Jean is more like aggressive.
mhm.
So he kind of like groom him in, although they both were young, but he kind of groom him in more into the dark side of life when they grew up.
Yeah, John was part of the dark side. James wanted to keep the family values.
9 to 5.
Yeah.
9 to 5. 9 to 5. James is 9 to 5. Jean is love the street.
Love this.
Right.
A part of the movie, James, when you were incarcerated, you said something. This is something, you know, although you were born here and raised here, almost the two of you, kind of very young, right? Uh, is Are your families actually project or educated you, brought you up the same way with those same values? My question is like those Haitian values, you have to you work hard, be somebody, stay away from trouble. Absolutely don't hang out with gang members and ended up in jail. This is something you cannot afford. We as women, we should not be sleeping around before we get married or nor even
Mhm.
have children. Was it your families, guys? Do they actually, can we say you grow up like that with the
Well,
type
for me,
of family?
for me, I could say my parents was very strict. Like it's go to school, get an education,
Mhm,
and become a engineer. That's what my mom was pushing. But
mhm.
the thing is, they're pushing something, but you didn't have the resources for it as much. And that's the difference between now and then. I think, I mean, I didn't disappoint them,
Mhm.
but I feel like in the Haitian like household, they put this thing to you. They either do this or do that. So mine was become an engineer, but I had nothing around me that had ingenuity or anyone doing engineer or who could speak to.
Financially or
There
more.
was no resources. Yeah, like my kid now, okay, I want you to do this, but I put them in that surface, where they can adapt to what I want them to
The
be. So at least they
resources
can,
were not there.
yeah.
The
So
money, all of these were missing.
yeah, we didn't have it. I didn't expect it either because my mom was doing Tigger Moon, go to work, and that's why we had so much time to be bad, especially myself. I was just all over the place. And you don't know how happy and grateful I am. Like, I never been locked up in all the stuff I did in real life.
But you were exposed to a life that
Oh
could
my
probably
God.
be locked
I
up.
mean, bad. Like, really, 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 really grateful for being here because my parents is at work. I'm home with my sisters and I'm doing what I'm not supposed to, like in gangs, like really.
You were part of a gang?
Absolutely,
James, you too?
100%. No, no, no.
Ashley,
What's that?
were you part of a gang just like one?
No, 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 no. I wasn't part of it. No.
I was.
But
I was.
so
Yeah.
how was it growing up, Ashley?
I mean, growing up is it's like typical, typical Haitian household as Wanley said. They always are pushing you to be better, to be great, to do things faster, to to try and like surpass everything that they did. It's always, I think, like most Haitian households, it's doctor, avocat, engineer.
Engineer. Yeah.
It's
That's the
The
dream.
three.
Still dream for you. What
That's the
what
right.
were
three.
your parents' dream for you, Ashley?
My dad, he was kind of a little bit more laid back.
Mm-hmm.
He would let me, kind of just find my own way. At the time, like when I was young, I just wanted to be a soccer player. That's all I wanted to do. Um, yeah, like to me, soccer was everything. Football, I wanted to be a football
Madonna.
player. And that's it.
Madonna.
Nah, Pele.
Pele.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember Pele when I was a kid.
yeah. So yeah, that
What
for
about
me
mom?
that's mom. Oh, mom, she was either a lawyer or a doctor, and she was in the medical field herself, so it was more wanting me to be a doctor. And at one point I started believing it also. I wanted to be like a pre-med doctor. I wanted to be a pediatrician at the time, and that was what I was pushing for at one point in time. And then I found out how much school I would have to go to, and then I kind of changed my mind a little bit, and I ended up starting to study psychology, and that's what I got my 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 diploma in. I got my bachelor's in psychology.
Okay, okay. And guys, I'm embarrassed to say, to today, even my sisters, their dreams for their kids are to be doctors, lawyers. So I have I have my first niece. No, my second niece is a doctor. She's the at the ear of, I think, Kingsborough Hospital in Brooklyn. Right now,
Oh,
we have twins. One's supposed to
mm.
be a doctor studying medicine, and one is studying corporate law. It's our dreams. It's not their dreams, I have to tell you, because my son is kicking and screaming. That's what you guys want us to be, but that's not what we want to be. But so far, they're kind of following our dreams. So
Mhm.
it's Haitian parents. I wonder if the American or the cultures are the same. Do you guys think, being in their environment?
I think so in their own way,
Yeah.
but they still give you more leverage and more room, I
Thank
think, because obviously we have more resources here.
One,
Definitely.
how did you get out of that? A lot of kids, because hope this segment really helped them to be a successful producers. I'm watching your movies on Tubi, really great. A lot of people have seen you. Ashley, although you did not play main character in my favorite show, Power, but you here and there. I feel that you show up here and there and there. But how did you get out of that life at the time, since your parents were so laid back and you were actually out there for you, by yourself? You were doing your thing, but you managed to choose the right path. How did that happen for you?
I think it happened because I kind of just sat back a little bit, even though I was 17. My final meeting on a rooftop. If you look at the movie, the scene where
Yes, I saw that too.
James and Jean is talking, so
Uh-huh.
that's actually something that happened. It's a reenactment, but of course more for the film.
Mhm,
So I'm working in McDonald's on Picken Avenue in Brooklyn, right?
mhm,
And I'm making, I believe at the time, $177 a week,
mhm.
right?
Not bad.
And yeah, so me and my best friend Gary,
Mhm.
and we're in this gang. I'm not gonna say the name, but
Okay,
our
that's the name.
set,
We understand.
yes. So our set, we are supposed to give every Friday.
Mhm,
We in the meeting, and the set, the OG, the
mhm,
person that, because we're in a set, and then there's another set above us. So he had a meeting. He invited my set, so we came, and he's going around and he's explaining like he needs ammunition. He needs more stuff. Mind you, I'm 16. I think I was 16, about to turn 17. And I'm grilling burgers. I'm working in McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
And I'm grilling, and I'm like, I have to give this man $30.
Out of your paycheck.
Yes. And what am I getting from that? So I'm in the meeting, I'm just, he's talking. Look, guys, look, we need more stuff. We need more. Look what's going on over here in Crown Heights. Look what's going on in Bed-Stuy. Yo, we need more. We need more. We need more. And I'm like, yo. So after the meeting, I spoke to my mom. I'm like, yo, bro, you don't think this is kind of weird? Like, why do we have to give him money for guns? I mean, I don't have beef. Right? We in high school. So certain things you look at and like, now I'm looking at it, how stupid it was. But like I said, I'm so grateful. Like the things I did, it was just so stupid. But you looking at it now, see how stupid it is. But when you're living it, you don't see how stupid it is. Because wherever I went, it's we throwing signs and, everybody respect you and you walk in, you intimidated. So it's like a lifestyle where I just, it's some of my guys who watch the movie and they're like, yo, and that was part of this situation. They look at it and like, yo, good thing you left. Cause look at me and you're doing movies. It's like it was
But there
just
was
look in
no
hindsight, it was stupid. It just that's what made me say
left without no consequences with
you
what
have there is supposed to be consequences, but my thing is my set, it was blessed. So it was like I'm legally blessed out. So nobody, me and my friend, nobody ever said nothing. You
they
know,
let you do. And
we just,
Ashley, how come you never get involved? How did you get you saved? Did you get saved?
I mean, I had a lot of friends that were doing a lot of different things, and honestly, I was at certain points I was just that scared of my parents, like because they were pretty intimidating, and also I
sounds
would,
good.
yeah, they were pretty intimidating. But also I would see, certain things that were happening to like some of the people around me, like people getting shot and stuff like that, and people going to jail, and I just didn't see myself doing that. People, starting to do drugs and stuff like that, and then you start to see like their lives just like spiral out of control, and that's just not really something that I saw for myself.
Okay, okay. And if you guys, I don't know, I hope everybody is actually following this. Jim, John, you were able to, I mean, unfortunately, you joined the gang because you said something about your parents were so relaxed, they weren't really paying attention
Mhm.
to you. And for Ashley, James, uh, his parents, Ashley's parents were kind of like strict. So they were there. So there is really a big difference when the parents are there watching over these kids, disciplining them and being there for them. That really make you guys think that that really makes an impact, right?
No, it definitely do. And I wouldn't say my parents wasn't there. It was just that the leniency, because my dad was in Haiti a lot, and
Mhm.
my mom is working Tigamun, so she have to go to work. Like she's overnight, so which mean
You were left
yeah, they
by
weren't
yourself.
neglect me or
Yeah.
nothing like that. It's just that the timing, they weren't there, so I had so much space to go do my thing. But I was always home by curfew time. But I still had the time to move around, where it does definitely make an impact because if both parents is there and timing, so like if my dad was more focused here, then I probably would not be part of that situation. So that family values means a lot for real growing up.
Definitely.
You have children.
Agreed.
And Ashley, so you see, I'm fighting not to call you James, but I really told you I'm going to call you James. uh, Ashley, doing James, doing the part where you were incarcerated, you said something to John. You were sorry that you did that to your parents. You see, this is the part that actually put tears in my eyes. You were sorry that you embarrassed them, you disappointed them. Uh, as of for John, John didn't feel sorry because John, it's like, what happened to you, John? How come you never felt sorry for what you did for ending up in jail and bringing James with you? You didn't feel sorry. I saw
That's
the pain
because
in James' eyes,
yeah,
not yours.
yeah, he was sorry. Because remember, I wouldn't say my character was a antagonist, but I'm more of an anti-hero. I'm not a good guy, but I'm not a bad guy. But certain things I did for good, but I was doing bad stuff. But
Okay.
they were good stuff, but they're bad. They're still
Bad
bad.
stuff to for good stuff.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not
And not
antagonist at
mauvais
all.
pour bagay ki bon. I think
Oui,
we can
on
go
va
on
get
when I was younger.
des autres m'a fait yo par un bail mauvais. But li des autres quand même. A fait faux accident, moi gen moun kap travay pou mwen, illégal. So tout ba sa yo. Yo ba, e ba bay, like, e ba bay, on teach check up, teach. the un professeur qui a montré ti moun, you know, like if I buy ça yo, but it's a fait même si I know I got locked up,
Mhm.
it's like m'sien pour ça. Non gang nan, so what? You know, activité arrive, so what? N'a fait tant nous et puis là nous sorti n'a fait puis ba yo puis mauvais toujours. C'est comme ça j'en pensais.
This is a
But
bad mentality for the character plays a role that kids out there are actually living, guys.
I
It's like,
mean,
okay, I know this is the
c'est la vie choisie. Jean
Right.
choisit dans la vie, but ouais, James lui-même en pied en dedans, en pied dehors. You know, li besoin de famille, mais li still caractère pas nan still pour souhait monsieur pour rester dans la rien. On va pas dans l'avion, de l'eau chaude, de l'eau frette. So tout le monde va chaud, tout de l'eau va frette.
Okay, I have a question for James. Ashley, in your life right now, your adult life, do you ever come across a friend or ever had a friend that put you in a position, I'm not saying jail, but a position that to compromise your values? Like, I like the food,
Yeah,
but how
yeah, absolutely.
tell us a little
Absolutely.
bit about it?
I don't know if I could go into too much detail on
No,
it.
no details, a little bit, summarize it.
You know, when you have people bringing certain things around you that that they shouldn't be bringing around you, and you kind of get lucky in certain situations where you know certain certain things didn't happen where your life could have gone a totally different direction, or certain people, let's say like doing stuff or whatever, and then now they come around you, and then like police are looking for them, like that type of thing. You know what I mean? You can get caught up in something that you had nothing whatsoever to do with, just because you're around a certain individual.
Do you, the way that you handled John in prison, is that the way you handle it? You just cut ties with this individual, those friends that you feel are putting your life, your character in jeopardy?
Absolutely.
Just
Absolutely. I feel like if you're a real serious person and you need to get on track, and you need to get away from certain distractions, to reach a goal that you have, and certain people are distracting you, I feel like you just need to just cut them out totally, and just get back to what your main purpose is, because everybody has a purpose. And I think that once someone finds whatever their purpose is, there's no stopping them once they get rid of all their distractions.
does it take certain focus strength to actually cut ties? Because sometimes you're just feeling, okay, man, stay away from me, man. But it's like you see in the movie, even though you cut ties with John, but you were there, I see you saving John, and
Right.
you went back to help him out. So don't, in real life that can happen as well, right? This bad
Absolutely.
friend.
Absolutely. Like, there's certain friends that I have that, they're still involved in certain things or whatever. It's not like, you wish bad on them or anything like that. You have history with the individuals. So, you don't wish bad on them. You want everybody to do good. You want yourself to do good. You don't want to see anybody else do bad. You want them to do, want them to do well as well. So it's not a matter of just like cutting them off. Like, if I see them, I'll be cordial. We'll talk, and um, once conversations start getting a certain direction, or they try and like take you back to a place where you haven't been mentally or physically in a while, I think that's the time that you need to separate. But at the same time, you still wish well for them, you still want them to do well, but you just can't take that step back and go back into that world.
Okay, so there's a way to stop. You're stopping yourself here. I respect
Absolutely.
you. I like you. I wish you well, but it's not the life for me anymore.
Right. Because like in the movie, like James is he's coming out, and his best friend, this is his like almost like his blood brother. You know what I mean? They grew up together. They've been through a lot with each other. But James and Jean, trying to please the gang boss, the OG. they decided to rob a store, and there were consequences for that. Initially, if you watch it, James wasn't really into it, but somehow he got persuaded to it, and there were consequences, and then he realized that his consequences cost himself and his family. So he had to get back on track, and that took totally cutting somebody off. But he still has ties with him though, so he wishes him well. He doesn't want to see him get hurt. It's still his
Oh,
brother.
that was saving him. John, do you John Wanley?
I'm live.
I'm talking to the characters. So
I'm
I'm
here.
flip flop here.
We here. We here.
Do you guys have best friend like that? Because what I love about the friendship between you and between James and John is the promise we will never be broke. James lived to that promise to himself, and he was there willing to help you no matter what. Although you didn't want that life, you wanted to focus on your family, a better life, not this risky type of life. But John, do you have a friend that you like as much as you like James? Like you love, not like you guys really are bonded. Do you have in real life? Do you have a friend like that?
Yeah, I do. I do. And the same way the movie, if I feel, if he's trying to find work and can't find nothing, I'm gonna find a way to help him out, because I know it's vice versa, same way. I definitely have a friend like that.
It's not James anymore. James was just for the life of a zoo. Oh, James
Yeah,
just cut you off because it's not
cut.
working for him.
Yeah. Character mode. Forget about it. No, next. Nah, but James he's loyal, man. Like even though this happened, but Jean too, because at the end of the day, I helped
Yeah.
his lady to get him back on his feet because things was going hard for him. So that's why I said life is cold water and there's hot water, and they have to unite.
Yes, it's true. We're going to take a pause. Then when we come back, um, guys, I want to talk about your life, James, with your wife, the character in the movie, and something your wife said that I can relate to, or maybe I just say Haitian women. This is how we are. So when we come back, we'll go over that.
Every once in a while comes a story that changes the culture. A world that's powered by violence. On the streets where the violent is power.
We need to strap up, protect our set from all these gangs trying to violate.
I'm tired of being the only one providing for our family.
Nigerians have their checking scams, and the Haitians, especially the Haitians.
Who could play that game?
Sitting alone at the bar with no security. It's kind of impressive.
Is this the way you treat an old friend? Maybe you pissed off another Russian.
Boss, you say you killed Vladimir.
That's exactly why I killed him. He double-crossed me.
I need more females. I'm at your service, but I'm gonna need some more money though.
$40 back now. I've got the book from the guy.
Yo, shorty outside. You think James like?
I respect you for keeping your mouth shut. I'm a Zoe.
Truth is, the Haitians and the Russians' relationship runs deep. They supply the medical facilities, and we supply the patients. It's a perfect marriage. And when you cross those lines, you better believe it's fatal.
There is an honor among Haitians and
Built by Wanly Florexile.
Show les Champs-Élysées, belle symphonie, je t'ai rencontré sans même y penser.
All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back. The question just before the show, before the pause, I meant wife, woman. this is a segment, we had a segment like that, we covered that subject. The impact of financial stability in a marriage. Like if it's not there, life is not as pretty as it can be. You hope it to be. You want it to be in a marriage. There, when you were celebrating your son's birthday, Chad, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember Chad. In the middle of the cutting the cake, the light went out. Your wife was not too happy with you because your only job, two jobs you probably have, it's like paying the bill, electricity bill, and take care of Chad. And you should be lucky, her words, you have a lawyer as a wife. And this is the thing that captured me because it's a woman thing. Maman te palim. Her parents told her, I can think of something, her parents told her not to marry a loser, not to marry a man who's not financially stable, not to marry a man nothing to offer. This is Haitian parents. I don't know about the other culture. I mean, if the man doesn't have an income, it doesn't, you don't have to be a lawyer or a doctor, but you have to be able to support that woman. If you can't, the parents are not happy. So how did you can you guys tell me how James felt at that moment? I can only see his embarrassment, pain, hurt. But from a man point of view, if a woman were to tell you something like that, how would you feel?
I mean, from a man's point of view, I think it's a huge oh yeah, it's a huge blow, to your ego, your pride, to everything, because as men, every man wants to provide for his family. He wants to be the protector, the provider, so when he's not able to do that, to protect and provide for his family, it's huge. It's a big, killer for everything, for the people that you love. You're not able to support them. You're not able to provide for them. You're not able to do anything. It's like, it's like, what are you good for? You just feel worthless. You know what I mean? So for him, it's really detrimental.
John, while you were writing that piece,
yes,
what were you thinking about writing that specific piece? Is it something that you heard, you saw growing up, or with other friends or family members, or life in general, you've learned that?
I guess it's more of like experience, like I said, my mom and pop, they kind of like went through it, and yeah, sometimes like I hear her, "Les amis vont from pays bilai, that like get passé, da. Like these things, even though you don't, not like the American kids where we say, oh man, mentally, this traumatized me, but it's still a memory that sticks in there. I think that's one of those, like when, the story when I was writing it. So like little bitty things that actually happen in real life, I just took them and then just put in more in a movie world to bring more emotions. But it definitely came close to that where I hear my mother is complaining that she has to pay it before it turns off. But the fact it turns off on James, that's another story. He can tell you more.
James, what happened? You were supposed to take care of the bill. What were you thinking? Why you let that happen?
It's funny that scene right there to me is like, it's like one of my favorite parts of that movie, because it's I feel like it's so real. Like a lot of people go through this. Like some people, somebody that you know right now might be going through it and you don't even know. It's a real thing. Like, everything like right now is high. Groceries are high. Everything is high right now. So there are people that right now that might be going through that same thing, and you might not even know it. I just feel like it's like a real deep look at some of the struggles that people go through.
And guys, what would you say to those people? Because it's a true thing. It's part of life. It's really happening. It's like we may not know them, or each one of us may know someone who knows someone who's going through this. What would you say to a family who's going through that? is it as a man when your woman is saying that to you? I know it's hurting. And this is the part I said culturally, and I know I've done it. Like, I should have listened to my mother. I should have never married a broke ass like you. This is something a woman would say to a man at that very moment when the man feels naked, like down, like wants to die. So what would you say to a couple who went through the same thing you went with Steph in the movie?
I mean,
Yeah,
go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just looking at it, that specific scene, and I see it was shared over 125,000 times.
Oh
So
my
it does have an effect, especially like Ash said. Right now, we're actually going through it. Everything is high, and is it love? Is love stronger than financial?
I
Because
would think so. It's supposed to be. Our
yeah,
parents, we
because
grow up believing
because
love is supposed to be stronger, but we have to be realistic, guys. There is no
exactly.
food on the table. The light is off. Don't count on that love. And James, you went through that, this humiliation, those words your wife said to you. How did
Yeah.
you feel? Just pretend you were real. It was real. What would you say to these couples who are going through this?
Well, I mean, to me, in that moment when we were filming it,
Uh-huh.
um, it felt real.
Mhm.
It was, it felt like a real moment because the actress that I was with, shout out to Steph, my TV wife. She was really giving me that energy that she was really disappointed. So I really felt that, like I was really James, and I felt that, somehow, if you watch that scene on Wanley's page, I say I'm gonna make it right, and I really felt like I had to make it right. Like I have to find a way. So I would say to those people, listen, don't give up. Stay together. You're stronger together. Our whole Haitian motto is like fait la force. You guys are strong together. So somewhere or another, you're gonna figure it out. You just have to just poise yourself and just put your minds together and work it out. You're gonna figure it out. Don't just give up on each other. A lot of people just nowadays like, all right, this is not working out. Financials this, financials that, and they'll just quit. They just
Divorce.
stop the fight. That's not the way to do it.
One.
No, that's true because that's it's still number one reason why people split up and divorce in America is financial.
Yeah.
People say people get together with love. I think it's a little more than that because he's cutting the cake and it's his son's birthday, but yet now his wife mood changed completely. There's no more eating cake. It's just that's it. It's like you're a
That was sad,
loser.
though.
Go
That was
find a job. You're a
I'm
loser.
so
Like get
sorry,
out of
James.
here.
I'm so sorry. I cried for you.
Yeah. It's a
Oh
tough
man.
moment.
Yeah.
It's tough, but unfortunately, as you guys pointed out, families are going through this, in real life as we're speaking right now. It's happening. Uh, the other part that captured my attention, I talked about friendship already. We covered that part. It's at a certain point when your wife, James, was trying to compare you to John, she saw as successful. Has that ever happened to you that your partner is trying to compare you with another friend, a friend or somebody else who appears to be successful? She didn't know what John was doing, but to her, John is getting things done. John is making it from where they came from to where John is at right now.
I mean, to me personally, it hasn't happened to me, but I do have a friend where it kind of happened to him, and it didn't really go too well. They actually ended up splitting up. That was kind of like the final blow for him, whatever. And
Ouch.
yeah, they the girlfriend was always comparing him to his friend, like kind of like the wife Steph is doing in that movie, like why can't you do, why can't you get a job like this guy, or why can't you do this, or making it sound like it's like something that's easy to do, you know what I mean? But it's not. You can't just keep like poking shots at your loved one and just expect them to just take it. Like that's not positive reinforcement. They're not gonna they're not gonna they're not gonna try and like fix themselves. If anything, a lot of people are gonna shut down. They're not gonna do anything to fix that. They're just gonna become resentful to you.
When you were writing this piece, what were you thinking?
I was thinking more, like sometimes you're doing so much positive and nothing's gonna come out. So why not join the dark side? It's like
bad advice, guys. Don't listen to John. John,
I'm in character, right? I'm in character. I mean, the guy went to interviews, he get fired from job back to back. It's like
the minute you disclose, they say you have to disclose, James, but the minute you disclose you're incarcerated, you don't get the job. Even though the job was right there, that was the last word. That guy was going to give you the job. You qualify for it, right? And then boom, you started working. A couple of days later, they had to let you go because of that. I mean, I'm sure when you did some research on that, you see the barrier when after prison.
Again, it's the life you choose. You want to be a gangster now. Your credit is messed up. Your background is messed up. That's the life you chose, James. So it's like
really chosen, or was a cut that was dealt to these people and they didn't have the strength, the courage, or the smart to know that I'm not going that way. Let me go that way. James was not James at a certain point in the movie. James actually joined John. Did I misread this part? Because life was so rough, no matter what he tries to do it the right way. And
that's right. You can't. That's what I'm saying.
But is it
you gotta come to the dark side? But when he come to the dark side, everything's better. Now his wife loves him.
Side, is it right for me to say, lead to your death? To getting shot at, to leaving this earth too early. So is it really worth it?
I mean, you live a good life, right? It's still a good life.
No, honestly, this is the movie guy talking, right?
Yeah, because Jean rather live a good 15 years than live a peasant 60 years of hard labor and then retiring and now collecting Social Security.
Tell me, it's John talking, not one.
That's Jean.
That's Jean talking, definitely. Because in real life, Wanly's like more like James. He's family guy.
Wanly in real life is more like James.
Yeah, big time family guy. He's a good guy.
Oh man, blows me up.
James, you really fought oh my God, you fought so hard not to join him. You wanted to walk that straight line, but you realized you already messed up with that record. So you had is it really a messed up for the guys out there, guys who's in the gang, who's if you talk to them?
There's always option. There's always
there are companies who fell.
Yeah, there are companies that accept them, and plus too, like everybody deserves a second chance. As long as you don't keep going in and out. Like if you go in and you learn your lesson, you pay your dues, you did your time. Like society, to some extent will open to you, but you can't just keep repeating the same thing again, though.
All right. And James, what would you say to those kids out there who's thinking it's cool to be in the gang, like the movie project?
Yeah, live fast, die young.
That's it. Wow. Straight to the point.
Not everybody makes it out.
Is it really worth it though? Is it worth it?
I mean, at that time, it might seem worth it to you.
Living in the edge. You never know. You coming out. You never know if you're gonna go back home.
Yeah, at that time, I mean, I think when people are young, everybody has like this invincible feeling. They feel like like they're strong. They could do like whatever. They don't really think about like the future or the consequences or how it's gonna affect them. They just they just want to do cool stuff. They just want to hang out with their friends and just enjoy themselves and just feel like like they belong to something, but they don't realize how that's going to affect other people, like their family, their parents, their loved ones, their girlfriends, for females, their boyfriends and stuff like that. They don't realize it. Then I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
John, one, what would you
Yeah,
say
no.
to those kids out there who are thinking that join the gang is the coolest thing ever?
I would say do not. Do not, do not, because in real life it's not worth it at all. Because like I said, I do premieres now, and some of the guys that used to be in the same activity that I am, they're just happy that I chose that path, because some of them they went the other route and they kind of stayed there too long, so it kind of messed up them for working 2, 3 jobs just to make ends meet, because again, because of record, and not everywhere is going to hire you. So it's never worth it. It's never, ever, 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 ever worth being in any gang other than taking care of your family and be something that you can help people. Never.
Okay, one aspect of the film that actually touches almost all the segment that I've done so far, coming back to Rendez-vous aux Champs-Élysées, it's James, it's when you thought, was it really what you were thinking? At certain point when Steph was texting back and forth, did you think that she was cheating with John? Oh, I got upset. I was so mad because I cannot believe John was doing that to you. Is your best friend John, and you decided to sleep with her? I mean, that's what I was thinking, and I was talking to you, and I was so mad. I felt the rage. I said, "Oh my God, it's a movie that I'm watching." That's when you know when the movie is good, if you're actually feeling it. I was really feeling the rage. So, what were you thinking when you? This is one thing we covered that at one of our segments. We were saying, "Don't look. De pou fouiller ou ap jwenn. If you look, you'll find." So we were saying that for the woman, I never thought until I actually, although yes, it crossed my mind, but I actually saw you doing what a woman would do. Check out your wife's phone, text messaging. Why would you do that? First of all.
Well, I mean, we're having a moment, and we're enjoying ourselves in this house. We're finally like, settling in, and everything is going pretty decent. And for whatever reason, she just keeps looking at this phone, So it's like, you're not really paying attention to me. Like, I'm right here, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, he becomes curious. And, like you said, fouiller ou joindre.
Oui. There you go. You saw something that bothers you. Had you not taking a look at the phone, at the text, you would have. You see, when she told you, "Let's go upstairs," you didn't even feel like it. The mood was gone. And had you not, read those texts, you would have been in the mood and would have maybe enjoyed the beautiful night with your wife. So that's what we're trying to say. Don't look. And Juan, what were you thinking when you put that little piece just to get us mad?
Yeah, for sure. We wanted to, play with the audience head a little bit, make them feel we go in one direction, like focus on that. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, that's his best when they were together since young. Oh my God.
And seriously, in real life, what would you do? I have gotten the perspective of some women and that. What would you do, Ashley, if your woman was cheating on you, either with your friend or with somebody else? Would you leave that marriage, or would you leave that relationship, or would you give her a second chance, have that conversation, find out what's happening? Because usually when we go out, it's because you guys did something. 90% of the time. A producer may not be happy with me saying that or agrees with me, but this is it. If we go out, it's because you guys are not giving us something. It's either attention or taking care of the house or something. But you guys go out, and I think one agree with me, just for the fun of it, for the excitement. So let's hear what James has to say. Ashley has to say. Now it's gonna be all Ashley.
So I think it's kind of tricky, right? It's like for him in the movie, it's there's so many different details to it. Like I'm trying to like word something without like giving too much, because I don't.
For the people who have not yet seen it, some people don't like for us to.
Right.
Okay.
But to put it simply, she's like digging at him, and finally, he thinks everything is good. And then all of a sudden he just feels this betrayal. And who is it with? Somebody that he's been close to since he's been, a little boy. It just hits you like right here. So for me, if I was personally in that situation,
you would beat up John
right away.
Joy.
Right away. John would be out of there.
Beat him up, beat him up. Because some men will kill.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to jail. It's a show. Hello, police. We're doing a show right now. You will beat up John, or will you? Because some men kill. So I want to know.
No, I mean we would have to fight, definitely.
So you will definitely go confront John and fight. Which
absolutely, absolutely.
What if it were a man that you do not know? If your wife is cheating with a man you have no connection with, how would you handle that?
Wow.
That's like one of those questions, right? Like before, I would probably give you a totally different answer. I probably would give you the same answer as, like fighting. But it's like, there's a couple of different factors to that. Number one is, does he know? Number one, that might sway a little bit something, does he know? That
who knows? Because now you just found out, same scenario, for some reason, bad. Don't do that, guys. Everybody who's watching, men or women, do not look at each other's phone, because sometimes you see things, you may blown out of proportion, But Ashley, you saw the tech, you saw some behaviors. Your wife is exhibiting behaviors that push you to look at her phone, curiosity, right? And you found out there was a text. Last night was beautiful. He's not going to be in town this week. He's going on a business trip. What would you do?
I think I would have to set something up to be in town to confront the both of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, the $1 million question, would you still stay with your wife after that talk? There's going to be a big talk, if not a fight. Would you stay in the marriage, or would you dissolve that marriage?
No. And I would stay. No.
You would not stay?
No.
Why? Why not? After so many years, your wife, a little discussion, and you leave the marriage, you close the doors?
So it's funny, right? Because like the other day, I saw something on social media. I can't remember like whose page that I saw it on, but they said that and don't attack me, everyone, for this, all the viewers, but they said that when a man cheats and when a woman cheats, it's totally different, because
we did cover that. Tell me your perspective. We did.
Yeah. So
like,
so when a guy cheats, like most of the time when a guy cheats, it's not like he's like all the time like into the other woman. Sometimes he could have like relations with her, have sex with her, whatever, for that moment. But as soon as it's over, it's just like over. He just, wanted to, just like quench, like his hunting,
thirst.
You know what I mean? But like when a female cheats and like a man finds out, to him, it's like it's almost like he's been conquered. You know what I mean? Because women cheat for different reasons than men do. A guy will cheat, but it won't really mean anything to him. You know what I mean? But when a woman cheats, like it takes a lot for a woman to cheat. Like they become emotionally invested a lot of times, I think, in some of those cheating relationships. So I think it's a totally different thing. And to a man, I think that he almost sees it as, like his woman being conquered. You know what I mean? So I think
I wonder if the other guy was better than you guys. I mean, does it? My wife slept with that man. Is he better? Did she like it?
Oh man.
You see how you guys cannot even
phantom
the idea, what's going on, what happened on that bed. How do you guys think we feel as a woman? Yeah. And it's funny, Ashley, every man in that, who came in, we talked about, debate this subject, the same answers from all of you. You know, when you cheat, it may mean nothing versus when we women cheat.
Yes.
Women, it means
More.
emotion. It means more, you know, it's like, wow.
Yep, because
If you will leave, he said he will leave.
piggybacking on what Ash said, like a guy will cheat 5, 6, 7, 8, 40 times. The woman cheat one time. It's like, you know, things. Wait, what? It's just the nature of men
Because you
because
guys sees
yeah,
that right, it's your right, you can do it.
yeah, men don't need reason, you know? It's like I wouldn't say we don't need reason, but it's just guys will do more dirty and but women, they have to be really, like Ash said, like really, you know, like
The
some
heart has to
bond,
get
like a
involved. That's
bond,
what you guys are afraid of. The heart is involved.
emotional bonding. Yes. Yes, it's an emotional
And that
bond.
emotional bonding with that other man means detachment from you guys. Maybe that's a fear.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the
Yeah,
cheating?
definitely.
Is it the sleeping itself, or the thing that you guys think you're losing from that woman? Is that the physical part or the emotional parts that bother you so much? Which part bothers you the most? Another man is touching your woman body, or
Yes.
another man is reaching your woman heart?
Both.
Both.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so selfish. Just yes, I'm so entitled and selfish. Okay, another thing, the one thing that is next to come on the show, it's already, I think we have a segment with a woman perspective. Respect and love. Before I let you guys go, because I have to hear what you guys think about that. One guest said to me, men, women, we are auditives. We want to hear, I love you. We want you to say, I love you to us. The more you say it, the more we believe it, the more happy we are. That's true. Guilty as charged. We want to hear it. You men, we were talking about love and respect. And I have one special guest who said to me, I would rather, one you may know, Small Noisy. That was the first time I heard the words. He said, if he were to choose between love and respect, he would choose respect. And I have a guest. I do understand that part. I have a guest who said to me, a woman guest said, men sometimes need to hear a woman say, their woman said to them, I respect you. I don't believe it's the hearing you guys want to, you want to see it because men are more visual. You want
Yes.
to see the woman exhibit that respect on your daily lives, right? What he said, not, don't make a decision without your man, you know, talk to your man about it. When we out, you show me that respect. When we home, you show me that respect. This is how I feel about it. So tell me, guys, do you want your woman to say to you, even if it's once in a while, that I respect you, or do you want your woman to show you all the time that she respects you?
Yo. Definitely show.
Sure. And you want the show,
Yes.
it has more impact than the saying. I have
Yes.
one guest I interviewed today, a male guest. He said, if a woman said to me, she respect me, I will say, I will suspect something is wrong. Why are you saying it to me? There's some kind of ulterior motive on that. Guys, is there one thing that bothers me? Ashley said, I just don't want, I don't see why a man will leave a relationship of 5-10 years because your wife indiscretion, because of your wife indiscretion, when you want us to forgive you. We do forgive many times, although we may not forget and hold that against you to the rest of this life together. But why would you not have that conversation and see what's going on, what's wrong? Because something must be wrong for your wife to step out and see if you can make it work. Why leave?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but like first, like as a man, your first reaction is you feel like totally disrespected. We're going back to the word respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you feel totally disrespected. For like a man, it's like respect is like one of the like, you know, like the top things that you would need. You know, that it's like it's like so deeply embedded in you, you know, from the time that you're younger, that, you know, like people need to respect you. You know, if somebody hits you, you hit them back. You know what I mean? It's just deeply like drilled into you all the time. So it's like if your woman isn't, you know, if your woman isn't respecting you or she's stepping out on you, that like that whole thing just hits home a little bit more different. Um, I just have a couple of different thoughts in my head, so I'm just getting like a little bit sidetracked. But with
I
with
can
good.
I can have one takeover while you're putting this thought together. I
Okay.
have a feeling they are important. One, why would you leave? Why would you leave, not forgive us if you expect us to forgive you? What if it's one? You even expect us to forgive you for an affair of 20 years affair with
Yeah.
kids involved, and you're not forgiving us?
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this, right? A woman is always more mature than a man. So if you're doing that,
Okay.
you risking like everything, like the relationship. Like it's just,
Seriously, just say that. You put that excuse on the table right now. A
I
woman
mean,
is, oh my God.
you guys are always more mature, even from
So
younger
that
age.
means the little babies, men are babies, so therefore it's perfectly understandable that they have an affair. It was just a fling. There's no attachment to the heart. They still love you. That's what you want us to believe.
I mean, not that, but the fact that you're making that mistake, it's like you have the knowledge to know this is your risk,
And
and
you guys don't have the knowledge to know it's wrong. Is that what you're saying?
we do, but
Oh, you have the permission, the right, and because you're a man, you can do it.
not even. I'ma just be quiet because
Yes, just be quiet, one. You're digging a hole for yourself. Okay, Ashley, tell me.
Now I'm wondering if I want to dig that same hole for myself.
Tell me anyway. I want to know why is it okay for us to forgive you guys? You cheat, sometimes an affair, years, a decade of affair, a kid involved, one or two, and you expect your wife to understand and forgive. One is saying it's because we're smart enough, we're more mature. So okay, because of all these qualities, expertise we have, so we have the capability of forgiving.
yes.
So why can't you guys forgive us?
I think
After all, what if we say sorry, honey? It was a mistake.
What?
What if we said, what if we sit down and said,
What?
things weren't going well, you were neglecting me, you never once say, honey, you're beautiful, you never once invite me out, I've been like working hard, taking care of the kids, and you're just taking me for granted. So that guy out there is saying, I love your eyes, I love your smile, something that my husband haven't said to me for years.
I think for everyone it's a little bit different. I can't say like, um, for any typical man that he's just going to choose to leave. I don't think it's the same for everybody. I think everybody's different. You have to evaluate your situation. You have to look at what type of bond you guys have, what you've been through, what you have going on with each other. I don't think in every situation it's right for somebody to leave. That's just like the typical guy answer. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can't do it. I feel disrespected. My ego's hit, and
yeah,
and you just want to leave. That's just like the first mindset. But I don't think everybody would actually do that. You know what I mean? I think some people actually would stay in the relationship after some talking, maybe some counseling, and just reevaluating what they have and why exactly it happened. I think once they understand why it happened and start to really communicate with each other, I think there is a
That can
strong
help. So
possibility.
if you were to give some advice to those men out there, their woman cheated on them, or they think their women are cheating, what would you say to them? Because I like that part. I like, counseling,
I mean, I think
talking.
that in all those situations, right? I think you need some type of closure, right? So like if you don't have if you don't know the particular reason on why it happened, I think you need to discuss it before you make your decision. If you really love the person that you're with, it's worth talking about. You need to find out, how did this happen? What did it happen? Was it something that I did wrong, or was it just something that you were feeling, or is everything just dissolving and going out the window? I think you need to just sit down with that person and have some type of closure or some understanding on why they actually did it. And from that point, you make your decision. If you feel like it's worth it to stay, then you stay. If you feel that you guys need to separate, you out of, what do they call it, unreconcilable differences, and you guys want to leave, then you leave. But you have to take into account everything that you guys have been through, the life that you guys have built with each other, and if you have children in common, there's different factors, businesses, houses, et cetera, history.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah, no, it's makes sense. Everything he said is basically like solid.
Am I to look for another movies? I mean, I have a few movies, one already sent to me. I cannot bite yet on Consequences. I started, but I'm going to finish it tonight to see how good. When will I be seeing the two of you in scenes like best friends again, defining every rules they have out there?
Soon.
Something is in the work right now?
Yes, actually we are. We're in pre-production right now for Life of a Zoe Part 2.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
I cannot say anything. Offline, I'll ask the question, because if we have a part 2, I have a question. Something that
somehow I know exactly the question you're gonna ask.
Yes, and I'm dying to see if Jim's gonna kind of like be the biggest gangster ever. Just kidding. Guys, that was the second show with Rendez-vous aux Champs-Élysées. We said, wasn't that the very first one? Because I started this show at Radio Soleil. It was a radio show in 1987, right?
Yeah, my mom said she know you very well. They know you. Yeah, they know your stuff, and I was like, oh, cool, look at that. So they were like, oh, you've been around.
Now tell your mom that we're coming back. We are back.
Nice.
With you guys, you guys are making it so special. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But the very first show, Ashley and Juan, the question was, if you were to, you remember that song, If I Could Turn Back Time? If you were to turn back time.
Oh yeah, that song.
How far would you go? How old would you want to be?
Me, character, or Wanly himself?
Wally.
I said 27.
Why?
That was my corporate Wanly, working at Target as loss prevention manager. It was cool, man.
How much were you making? How much were you making?
Not that much, but it was cool. Things wasn't expensive as it is.
27 working at Target?
Target, yes. I was loss prevention manager, and it was cool.
And at the time, there was no gang member to pay anything to. So.
I was finished. That life was done.
You were already married though.
Yeah. I had
you got married at 20. Was it 20 or 20?
22. What did I get married? Yeah, I think I was 23 married, but I've been with my wife since we was kids, literally, like right after high school. I was 23. Yeah, 19, 17.
So you're better. You guys are stronger. Beautiful.
Yeah, we've been together for a long time.
That's beautiful. Despite and when you have a chance, Ashley, can you please watch the show with one? You'll see how bad it was, just in case you miss a few things. But I had a show with him. You gotta watch.
But look. This is what I want you to do before we hang up, Mayo. Speak completely Creole with him and tell him respond back in Creole, please.
Okay, but
So
first let me exactly. I'm gonna ask first. Let me ask the question in English. Ashley, if you could turn back time, how old would you want to be? You will turn back to.
I think I'd go back to like 14, 15.
Why?
I would there would be like certain things that I would try and change about myself. I think that I would be kinder to myself. I would also push myself a little bit more. I would try and get the work ethic that I have right now. I would try and get that instilled in myself back then.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to also instill how to stay focused with less distractions at an earlier age. I think that particular time would change a lot in the future for my present self.
Okay. Ashley, vous marié?
No.
You understand that one? Okay.
No, he understand. I just want to hear him say a whole
Ashley,
phrase, like a whole phrase. Because remember, I do interviews completely
marié, Ashley. Pour qui sont pour marier? Qui ça stable?
Parce que pas fait date. Mieux fiancé.
Ou fiancé. Est-ce que OK, fiancé haïtienne?
No.
Fiancé.
Don't listen to one.
Fiancé, ménage, whatever you want to say, man.
Okay.
Jean dit là, Jean accent, c'est funny. I love it.
Don't listen to one. What about my accent in English, guys? You don't understand. We have to speak English at work. We have to speak Creole at home, and we have bougie friends that still speak French that they want you to communicate with them in French.
I don't have those.
It's a mixture. So we have to keep up with all of these three.
Oh man.
So we do have an accent.
That's cool.
Ashley, mille merci. Merci beaucoup pour tes droits avec ma soeur. Ça fait vraiment chaud au cœur. One, thanks a million for being here. Thanks a million, Ashley. Does that mean I can call you guys again if I have another hot topic that I need your help?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm asking please share. I'm asking the audience to please share your thoughts with us. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you agree with Ashley saying, I don't know. I'm closing this understanding, Ashley, that you will not stay with that woman. Even though you try to understand that, there are other factors that may make a man stay. These were like, global thing, but you personally, what I'm getting from you, it's like you would not stay. And fiancé of Ashley, please don't cheat. He's not gonna take it. He will love his day, but please don't cheat. And I think I'm sure you get that good woman who will not cheat. If you give her everything, it's not the perfect statement I'm making right now, because some men said to me, even for us as women, we said that you may be giving your partner everything and they still do it. But if pay attention to your partner, talk to them, don't dismiss something that you feel it's not important. It may not be important for you, but it's important for her or for him. And the respect plays a big role in relationship. Communicate, respect each other. I think when we work together, see each other as partners, not just in that relationship, not just in bed. We talked about Ashley, you missed that. We talked about a woman, because that man is my husband. I don't have to be I'm going to say it in Creole. See if one, I'm going to see if Ashley understand. As a woman, we always said men want une bonne femme dehors, une pute sous cabane. So you want your wife to be that pute in bed, right? So I am telling these women to just explore things with your husband. He's your man. Don't neglect him. He doesn't want to come from work and find that woman smell like grease, the kids, the house is messy. And then when he's out there, the secretary or that co-worker is so chic, smelling good, well manicured. And that it's, don't tell me your man is not gonna kind of like something will, especially if that woman is making that advance to him. If home is beautiful, he may step away from that woman. Home is not beautiful, he may be tempted to enjoy that little peace and quiet, that little sophisticated side out there, right? You agree with me, Ashley?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have, I think as a man, if you have a peaceful household and everything is good in the home, you're getting, you know, like they say, like, a man can buy a house, but his woman is gonna make it a home, right? If you have that house where you go home and you have peace at the house, you have that loving relationship, your girl is doing, everything that she needs to do for you. I think, once a man actually hits, like his maturity level, I think it becomes harder for him to actually even think about cheating, and he develops more of a conscience and doesn't want to cheat, even though he might have the opportunity.
He may not. Jagardi told me if there is 10 women, first, what is the maturity level for men? What age is that? Are we talking about experience when we say maturity, or are we talking about age? When you think a man is mature to stay away from cheating. I don't think this though. I think
late 20s. I would say late 20s.
I would not agree as a woman. And what do you say, Ashley? What will be that age?
To me, there isn't really an age. I think it's physically and mentally, physically, and spiritually what the individual goes through. Because
it's a commitment, it's a decision. Like,
yeah, I think so.
That been there, done that. I'm gonna concentrate in my marriage. I'm not gonna mess it up.
Yeah. A lot of people say it's like age 40, but I don't agree with that. I feel like, once you
at
go
any
through
age, a man can cheat at any age.
Right. I think once you you go through certain things mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, and you have certain experiences with different people, you'll know when you're ready. I don't think there's an age on it. I think you'll know when you're mature to be in a solid relationship without any outside distractions and the urge to cheat or do any of that stuff anymore.
When you agree?
Yes, I agree. That's true. Because I said 27, 28. For me, I feel like that's where.
That's because you did it that time, and I don't even think it was 27. Based on our last show, it doesn't mean.
Yeah, no, it still give you like you securing your future, and it's time to stop playing around. But then again,
I'm thinking based on if you guys are looking back right now, if you're looking back right now, you're saying, if I knew what I know now, I would not have done it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's an age really, like he said, but I think the brain though is still kind of late 20s. You should know what you want to do in life, like just everything, every aspect. I think the develop of the brain should have you make those decisions. Yes.
Yeah, definitely your life, setting up your life, what career path you want to follow, etc.
Yes.
You guys been wonderful. I'm so honored and enjoy the fact that you guys were here with me. Ashley, you are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Juan, for bringing Ashley. Ashley, is there any part at Power's coming back, Power Force? I'm looking forward to see, even now I'm going to be looking to see where you're going to pop up. I'm going to look.
All
right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I look forward to having you soon for another hot topic. Ashley, would you come back?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. One?
Thank you for
Knock on
having
the
me.
door, right? Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you, guys. All right.
right.
I'm asking the audience to please share, comment. We want to go this channel with you, that family. Please share your thoughts with us, and do not forget to watch that movie, Life of a Zoe. Right? I think. Please watch it. It's really phenomenal. I really loved it. And if I get mad as I was in the movie, that means it's good. That movie was good. So looking forward to having you guys soon, and looking forward to reading everybody's thoughts, everybody's opinion of the subject, how they feel. If you don't agree with us, in certain subject, in certain answers. All right, guys. See you soon. Thanks a million. Good day. Bye-bye.
Empire, chaud les Champs-Élysées, belle symphonie, je t'ai rencontré sans